customers. Come on. We'll play a game while we're waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. Sunday drive. Enough. Oh, no more. Stop it. Stop it. We'll have to go away right now. Oh, good morning.
Good morning. My goodness. Business is booming. The day hasn't even started yet. Excuse me. Good morning, Mr. Staunton's office. Oh, hello, Alice. Just walked in 10 minutes late. That traffic downtown's murder. No, you better hold it for his signature. Gotta run now. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. My appointment wasn't until 9:30.
Oh, then you're Mrs. Charles.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell Mr. Staunton that you're here.
Well, if it's all right with you, I'd rather wait until my husband gets here. He's downstairs parking the car.
I'll get the file on your case.
Case? Some case? What do you think about someone who'd complain about one poor little dog letting out one poor little bark? Quiet, Alice.
Well, I really don't know.
Well, anyway, that's what someone in our apartment building did. They complained to the landlord. You see, the reason we're here is because Mr. Staunton happens to be the attorney for our landlord. Asta, will you stop it? You're going to lose us this case.
I take it your neighbors don't like dogs.
Oh, no, it isn't that at all. It's that I don't think they like us. You see, it's on account of the minor bird, which they keep on the terrace next to ours. And this bird insists on saying the same word over and over and over again.
You don't like the word?
Well, it does get a little boring after a while. As a matter of fact, my husband has been so bored by it that he's just taught it some new words. And the neighbors don't like the new words.
It gets very complicated.
I'm sorry, Nora.
Oh, that's all right. I've been explaining about the minor bird, but it gets kind of confusing.
No, it's really quite simple.
Oh, you needn't explain it to me. I'll get Mr. Staunton. That's funny. Maybe he isn't in just yet.
Honestly, there's one thing I can't stand. It's temperamental neighbors.
He's dead!
Sure is.
Nicky, there was someone in this office earlier while I was waiting for the secretary. He came out of this office in such excitement and such a hurry, he bumped right into me.
Do you remember what he looked like?
Well, of course I do, very clearly.
Does he know you saw him?
Well, he must have. He bumped right into me. You know, now that I think about it, when he tripped over that leash, there was something kind of odd about him.
Odd? In what way, Nora?
Well, just in his manner. Otherwise, he was perfectly ordinary.
Nora, you say you saw him clearly. Describe him to Lieutenant Edwards in your own words.
All right. Well, where will I start?
Well, how tall was he?
Well, he was about medium height.
What kind of build?
Well, he wasn't fat and he wasn't thin. He was sort of in between.
And what color hair?
His hair was kind of a mixture of brown and black. Mixture.
Did he have any distinguishing features?
No. There wasn't anything particularly worth noticing. He was just a perfectly average person.
How old?
Oh, I'd say middle-aged, I think.
Well, how about his eyes? What color were they?
No, his eyes were brown. Well, now, wait a second. No, they were kind of hazel. They were kind of hazel.
Well, your description eliminates women, girls, and two-headed octogenarians.
You haven't given us much to go on, Nora.
Well, now, look, I can't help if that's the way he looked. I mean, more people are average-looking than any other way. That's why people call them average.
What about that artist friend of yours who does the composite drawings?
Oh, yeah, Sid Bass.
Oh, well, now, wait a second. Come to think of it, I haven't given you a very good description.
Oh, he can make you remember things you don't even know you've seen.
Well, okay, if you think it'll help.
I've always wanted to see what the average murderer looked like.
Gino, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I didn't mean it. I just got angry. I pushed him over and he fell over.
They'll think you went there to kill him. That girl saw you leaving the office.
Maybe she didn't get a good look at me.
Maybe she did.
I gotta find out.
Gino, look, supposing you find out she saw you and can identify you.
What will you do?
I'll do something.
What?
There are things. I'd just as soon be hanged for a sheep as for a lamb.
5 minutes, Mr. Brevet.
I have led my ragamuffins where they are peppered. There's not 3 of my 150 left alive. And they are for the town's end. To beg during life. But who comes here?
What? Standest thou idle here? I prithee, lend me thy sword.
Mrs. Charles, my name is McGuire from the Chronicle.
Oh, but I've already spoken to a reporter from the Chronicle.
Oh, you haven't told it to the world until you've told it to McGuire of the Chronicle. May I come in?
Well, yes, I guess so. Except, you see, I've already spoken to 4 other reporters from 4 different newspapers. I spoke to them in Mr. Staunton's office right after the police arrived, and I told them everything there is to tell.
That's old news, Mrs. Charles. We're already looking for second-day angles. Maybe something from the woman's point of view. How about that?
Well, I'm always happy to help the press.
That's what keeps the presses rolling, Mrs. Charles.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What is it that you would like to know?
I understand you were in the outer office when it happened.
Yes, I was.
Did you hear anything come from Mr. Staunton's office?
No, I didn't, but I finally decided that I must have arrived after it happened.
You saw the killer when he came out.
I certainly did.
Did you get a good look at him?
A very clear look.
I see.
As a matter of fact, I'm sure I could identify him anytime, anywhere. Oh, would you excuse me for just a minute? That's our dog, Aspen. And the neighbors next door have complained about him. As a matter of fact, I was calling him at Mr. Staunton's office. Aspen, will you stop that? What's going on here? I suppose you might consider me a key witness in the case. Well, by that I mean when they find the killer and they have a lineup, I'm sure they'll call upon me to identify him. Is something wrong, Mr. McGuire?
Wrong? No, there's nothing wrong.
As a matter of fact, they're sending over a Mr. Bass. He's an artist, and he's going to try and draw a picture of the killer from my description of it.
Picture?
A composite sketch. Now, excuse me for a minute, will you? Hi, Mickey.
Hi.
Did you get the fingerprints checked and everything?
Checked or nothing.
Oh. Well, this is Mr. McGuire. He's a reporter.
How do you do?
Well, it looks like I'm married to a celebrity.
Oh, you're quite a celebrity yourself, Mr. Charles. Are you helping the police?
Oh, with a material witness to the family, what else can I do? What paper are you from?
Oh, he's from the Chronicle.
Oh, I thought Danbury covered for the Chronicle.
Well, he is. I do human interest stuff.
Well, I'll be reading you.
Oh, thank you. I'd better be going. I'm much obliged to you, Mrs. Charles.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
If you spell our name right, that is.
Goodbye.
Hello. Oh, yeah, Harry. Yeah. I can be there in 20 minutes. Okay.
Did you have to go out again?
Yeah, I've got to meet Edwards down at Staunton's office. We're going through his files.
But I thought the police technicians took care of all of that.
Nora, that reporter, he seemed scared when he saw me. What do you want?
Well, he just wanted to write something for the woman's page. He was pretty odd, but I think that's just him.
Why don't you come down to Staunton's office with me? We can have cocktails when I get through, all
Oh,
right?
darling, I can't do that because I have a 4 o'clock appointment with that sketch artist, Mr. Bass.
Well, come down when you get through anyway. I keep my eye on you. Townsend Pest Control. Probably nothing. Might as well check them all anyway. See if there are any grudges.